we're headed over there to those mountains, to Mesa Verde. I don't know. We're gonna find out in 5 miles because we're almost there.
Yeah. Alright, nice sunny day. We're heading into the visitor center. See what we can get done. I think we'll go this way, dude, lucky. But pretty sweet. Nice and warm. I'm in a t-shirt. And we are on our way to see Mesa Verde.
Yay!
It's like 45 minutes, he said?
Yeah,
Drive
45 minutes drive up there.
Up to the actual dwellings.
Alright,
Here
it's
we go.
fun. Hello, dear.
Hi there.
Hi, dear. Rare. Run away. We just drove up.
It's like you'll be right here.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch. Wow, they're so fuzzy. Probably because it's winter, huh? We just drove all the way up here to where the Spruce Tree House and Cliff Palace and Balcony House.
So
We'll head to Spruce Tree first and do a little self-guided tour action. Really sucks that we don't get to go inside on the tours, but that's only for like certain times of the year. I guess it's just off season, so we do what we can, and we'll definitely have to come back. Don't be mad at us. We're trying to do our best. Sometimes it's so hard to just plan everything perfectly when you have 59 parks that fall into the same season usually of like when to go. But anyways, we'll do our best.
Cool. Okay, well let's head to Spruce Tree House first. It's right down here actually. I think I already caught a glimpse of the corner. Oh,
Wow.
there it is. Holy cow, that's cool. Nice, so here's the Spruce Tree House. And unfortunately this is about as close as we're gonna get.
Okay, so here's a little bit more of a close-up of the Spruce Tree House that we were talking about. This is the biggest one out of all of the cliff dwellings.
90 feet deep, about 250 feet long.
It's really cool. I really wish we could go down in and see it, but this will have to do.
So here's the walkthrough. So coming across like the Bering like land bridge, people came, started hunting massive bison. Then they started building a little more permanent shelters. Started making all kinds of baskets and whatever. And then those shelters developed into pit houses, and they started farming a little bit, raising corn and still hunting. And they keep moving. Along with the pit houses, they started building like cities, really, pueblos. That was about year 750, so that started happening. And then this was on the mesa top, and you can see that they would farm other farms, or like in the back they'd raise a lot of corn and whatnot. And then they kept, for some reason, dropped down below the mesa, so the mesa top is up higher, and started building these cliff dwellings, maybe to be more protected from the elements, but don't totally know why they came down, but pretty cool. Alright, here is a pit house. Wow. So this is kind of what the homies were doing before they started building their pueblos. They would dig down and then build up structures kind of around it. And then later they started building structures on top of the ground around kind of central locations like this, like pit houses. And then they moved down into the cliffs. But this is kind of cool to see kind of the size and everything of it. Interesting. Okay, so this is where the pueblos started coming in. So they would build these pit houses still, and then above ground there would be some like places where, you know, they build stones and like mortar little houses, kind of like what we got going on in this picture here, you know. So some evolution in our construction process. But yeah, pretty neat. So there are 3 separate kivas here, which at first is kind of confusing, like why are they all built on top of each other? But then you put the puzzle together and realize that it's like 3 different, like it's like 3 different times of villages, right? So they have
like
3
generations or something.
Yeah, 3 villages kind of stacked on top of each other on the same site. So interesting. This is kiva number 3 in these stacked kivas, and this one is like the most recent, so it's got the most advanced features and is the coolest kiva.
That's my house.
So yeah.
That's where I live.
Right. It's not where anybody lived, but that's where they performed ceremonies, dude.
Oh, right.
Oh, right. All right, we're headed to go check out the Square Tower House. Apparently, it's like one of the last buildings to be made or built in the whole area. And
like
I think it's one of the tallest, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a primitive apartment complex.
Yeah, so I think it's almost like 90 feet tall. Or maybe like 86 or something. But anyways, should be cool. There it is. That's the Square Tower House. So it's like I said, I think it's like 86 feet tall or something like that. Pretty crazy. And if you pan up here, you can see the Square Rolling House parked on the ridge. Okay, so this is the Sunset House. You can see it all up in that alcove. And then as we pan over here, all along you can see some other little teeny alcoves. There's like 15-room house and then 20-room house. So there's all kinds of little apartments in these alcoves. They're hard to see from here. When you come over here, you can zoom in on
Balcony?
No.
Cliff Palace.
Cliff Palace. So this is Cliff Palace. Pretty cool. We'll get closer shots of that later. But it's just huge. But then what's awesome is you walk over here a little ways and you can see other houses along the ridge. And so then all the way on top of the mesa right there, boom, is the Sun Temple. And so that was kind of like a central spot. And then even if you keep panning over here, you can see some other dwellings, and there's even one more further down the canyon that we can't really see from here. But it's crazy because all these different like little housing communities, their central area was up there on top of the mesa, and in the middle of it all, like the Sun Temple.
So we're driving along on the Mesa Top Loop, and you can actually see some of the cliff dwellings from the side of the road as we drive. We just passed one. Look, there's one right there.
This is the fire temple. Well, no, this is like the new firehouse, and then you can see on top of the mesa.
Where is it?
Right there, fire temple house. Let me just drive right off the edge here.
You can't see it.
Alright, so this is the Sun Temple. So this is that center of the village, kind of that we were showing from the other cliff. We were just on that side of the cliff there. And this is like all built up, super tall.
Look, there's even
Crazy.
a drain.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So the water could be collected or whatever, flow off the top.
Very well done.
I think we can walk inside.
Yeah.
So, upon learning a little bit more, the actual function of the Sun Temple is kind of a mystery. It was never actually totally completed, I think. Some people think that like they started building this cool temple structure to in the time of time of hardship or drought or whatever, when they were thinking about maybe abandoning the sites, and then things, the spirits were not pleased, and so they had to peace out and go. And in the building, they think, was never finished because there's no roof or anything like that, and nobody ever lived in it. But it was pretty symmetrical, I guess. From the top, it's like a super symmetrical D with two kivas, two circles. So they performed all kinds of ceremonies there. But anyways, pretty crazy. So here's kind of the inside of it. You can kind of see there's no roof, but you can see the kivas from up top. And you can see that it's kind of in the shape of a D, kind of. But pretty cool.
Okay, this is the master of them all, Cliff Palace. We just wanted to get one more shot before we roll out, but check it out. This is a way closer view of it, so you can see it really well. Super rad. Finally getting this little guy out for a stroll. He is so freaking happy. He loves it. His tail is straight up. Well, not anymore. It's pretty much end of the day, but we were able to see everything we want to see. It was awesome.
We'll just have to come back in the summer when we can take a tour.
Yeah, of course. We didn't get to see up close in the dwellings, but we'll have to come back.
This way, homie. Go with that.
Let's go, kitty. All right. Kitty walks.
Saw a fun sunset. Drop behind the mountains over there here at Mesa Verde, and we're getting ready to peace out. It's a pretty cool place though.